All right, 5.1. Well, kind of continuing from first semester, but this is second semester, day one, and we're basically going to be reviewing what we did at the end of first semester. So, review of synthetic division. So, the remainder theorem of polynomials. When you're doing synthetic division, if the remainder comes out to be 0, then the number in the box is a solution to the equation. So determine if 1 is a solution. If it is, then write the remaining equation in standard form. So we first look here to make sure that we have our exponents. We have a 3, a 2, a 1, and a 0, right? 7x to the 0, no variable. So we don't have any zeros to fill in. We know this is the number in the box. Remember, we don't go with the opposite. We just go. We're telling you that is the number. So the coefficient of this is 1, 5, negative 13, and 7. We drop down the 1. We multiply by this 1 in the box. We add straight down. We multiply again by that 1. We add straight down. We multiply by that 1 again, add straight down, and we get 0. So the answer is yes. All right. It is a factor. Now, if you think a little bit further, 1 comes from x minus 1. That means that's one of the factors. All right. And since we start with a 3, this becomes x squared. So 1x squared. This is my x plus 6x. Minus 7 is just that. And that is it. Okay. Now, just so you know where we're going later in the chapter, we are going to factor this down to 2 binomials, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3 binomials, and we'll factor it all the way down. All right, determine if the number given is a solution to the equation. If it is, same thing. So, remember, we look at our exponents. We have 3, 2, 1, none. So we have no zeros. So it's 4, 5, 10, 40. The number in the box is negative 2. We don't change it. Draw our line, drop it down, 4. Multiply by negative 2. Add straight down. 5 minus 8 or 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3. Multiply by negative 2. Add straight down. Multiply by negative 2. 8. Okay, that is a remainder. That means no, it is not a factor. If we look at our instructions, we're only saying if it is, write it in standard form. Okay, so we're finished. That's it. Now, just for practice, just so you remember how we do this would be 4x squared, because we start with a cubed, minus 3x plus 16 plus 8 over, remember, this would be x plus 2. Okay, not required, but it's so you remember how the format is. Same thing. Here we go. Another example. We have a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and a none. So no need for zeros. 3, negative 19, 8, 76, negative 80. Boy, could I write those numbers any worse? And then the number in the box is just 5. Drop the 3 down. Multiply by 5. Add straight down. 15 minus 19 is negative 4. Multiply. Okay, 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Add straight down. Multiply. Okay, 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 4 is negative 140. Add straight down. We get negative 64. Multiply by 5. We're going to get negative 320. And if we add straight down, we get negative 400. Obviously, not an answer, not a factor. So x minus 5 does not divide evenly into this. Now, just a reminder, since we start with a 4, if we were doing this, it would be 3x cubed, because we're starting with 1 less, minus 4x squared, minus 28x, minus 64, and then minus 400 over x minus 5. Again, this part is just bonus. All right, just factoring, review of that. So here we have a trinomial, which means we're going to factor into two binomials. X times x is x squared. We need two numbers that multiply to give us 36. So 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 4 and 9. They have to differ by 9. Okay? Which makes me realize I missed one, and that would be 3 and 12, and that's our winner. So we put a 3 and a 12. Now, we want more negatives than positives to have a leftover negative 9, so that's x minus 12 and x plus 3. Right? On the second one here, if this was an even number, we would factor out a 2, the GCF, but we can't. So we're going to have two parentheses. The only way to get 2x squared is 2x times x. Now the factors of 24 are 24 and 1, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. So you just guess and check. You just start working. We need two numbers that are going to give us 24 by multiplication and add to 19, negative 19 specifically. So we just try. Okay, so we put a 4 and a 6 here. We draw our smiley faces. That gives us 4. That gives us 12. 12 plus 4 is not 19. So we just erase. And we switch and try again. So we try the 6 here and the 4 here. That's 6. 2 times 4 is 8. That adds up to 14. That's not our winner. Sometimes it takes multiple times. We just erase and try again. All right. Let's try 3 and 8. Let's put the 3 here and the 8 here. That's 3. 2 times 8 is 16. Hey, that does add up to 19. All right. Remember, this tells us they're both the same sign. That tells us they're both negative. And that's our winner. 2x minus 3 times x minus 8. All right. Here we have 4 items. So we're going to do this by grouping, factor by grouping. Now we need to do the GCF of the first parentheses. So there's nothing that goes into 3 and 4, just 1. And x cubed and x squared, we're going to take out an x squared. And now we divide. 3 divided by 1 is 3. X cubed divided by x squared is x. Negative 4 divided by 1 is negative 4. The x squareds cancel. I can immediately cheat and write 3x minus 4 right here. Now I just ask myself, negative 27 divided by what will give me 3? That's negative 9. We double check. 36 divided by negative 9 is negative 4. We're good to go. We hook these two up. That gives us x squared minus 9 times 3x minus 4. We only write the 3x minus 4 once. Are we done? Maybe, maybe not. We always check and see, can we go further? This is a difference of two squares, which means it's the easiest factoring in algebra. We're going to break it down. 1 plus, 1 minus, square root of x squared, square root of 9. And now we are finished. Remember, hit pause if you need to. Go back if you need to. All right. Now, remember, this one looks complicated because of this. It's really no different than this. Okay, so let's step back and break this one down first. X times x. Factors of 24 that differ by 2. That's going to be 6 and 4. One's going to be positive, one's going to be negative because we're going to subtract to give me negative 2. I want more negatives than positives. I'm done. Now notice, this is x to the 1. These are both x to the 1. The factoring is exactly the same. X, 6, 4, minus, plus. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I copied this wrong. This was supposed to be plus. So we're just going to switch them. Plus, and that's minus 4. Silly copying mistake. It happens. Okay? Always double check. So therefore, this is plus 6 and minus 4. Now the only difference is x times x is not x to the 4th. See how this is x squared in the middle? That's what these both are. It's the only difference between these two. Otherwise, the math is exactly the same. And that's it. Day one complete.